Gain, nigga that like not gain weight, the nigga that lost weight, but he lifted weights and some shit doing with some weight. Big as hell, man. Man, that nigga got muscles and shit, man. So he ain't bullshit this time.
I like red bones, I type, light skin, next night, hello. GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic.
I like red bones, I type, light skin, next night, hello. GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic, GFN, that's fantastic. Fantastic.
That's good, fantastic. Said nigga that gang, nigga that like not.
Yo, what up? What's going on with y'all, bro? Appreciate everybody that's in here so far. So good. If you would, please. I see 13 of you have already liked the video. If I could get the other, 20 to do the same, that'd be great. Or down, again, hater or liker, up or down. Hit one of the hands, man. You know how we get down. Doesn't matter to me. But appreciate y'all for taking a day out of your I guess if you celebrate the holiday. I mean, we're not gonna get into that, okay? But do as you wish with whatever you believe in. But I wasn't gonna do this one. But shout out to Citizen Lou. Um and shout out to Ramil. He was on Ramil's thing earlier today. And this was gonna be an extension of actually the thing we talked about on George Floyd trial, right? Pretty much like the views of Black people when it comes to dependencies, addictions, things like that. If you guys haven't already heard it, DMX suffered an overdose. Well, I won't even say suffered. Okay, he wasn't. He overdosed. We'll just say that, right? and it was said that he had a heart attack induced by it. Which again, this isn't really what's the name, but you can die from an overdose, people. Okay. All right. It was thought that he was pretty much gone and up out of here because at one point in time it was rumored, hasn't really been confirmed yet. We don't know that he was possibly in a vegetative state, meaning he was brain dead. He didn't really have any brain activity, but due to what may be a higher power or medication or however you want to look at it, man. Even though it's Sunday, I don't really want to go the religious route with this. I want to stick really from a perspective of how we as a Black community look at addictions. And I think one of the major issues and causes for the lack of empathy and sympathy Black people had during the crack era, which was really you look at it now, the crack epidemic, is that we didn't empathize and sympathize with our own that were sufferers of major addiction. Okay. People say all the time, which is true. It's been proven and shown that the United States government did play a part in the whole crack era. All right. We're not gonna really get into the part of it, but for you pro-Blacks out there, the white man, yes, the white man did have something to do with the crack era. Okay. I still blame at the same time, though, the Black men and women who decided to take it and use it upon their own people. It's constantly said about these other demographics and races, ethnicities, whatever you want to call them, nationalities. They forbid selling pretty much to their own people or to women and children at the very least. And I just don't know what it is with us, man. It's like the rules, there are never any rules. It's just, get the money by any means, win by any means necessary. Everyone remembers 50 Cent's most claim to fame, infamous album, Get Rich or Die Trying, at the expense, at any expense, even if it's your own mama, your own daddy, your own brother, your own sister, your own child, the children, the kids at the school. No one cares in the Black community, it seems, right? And a big thing that came with that, unlike the opioid epidemic that we're seeing now, was also a big increased amount of violence. But I don't really want to rehash that or whatnot, what have you. I want to focus on DMX as pretty much, I guess, like a case study and use some of my own personal life experiences. I told you guys about the situation with my dad. And shout out to Citizen Lou again, man. And Lou, if you're in the building, man, if you're watching from the clouds, man, make sure you, matter of fact, brother, if you hear, man, let me know. So I want to let you up so you can say what you said, because I think it was really, really profound. The way that we as Black men would go against each other, and what bothered me and really sparked me to go ahead and do this. And it's not gonna be the normal 3 hours. I'm gonna try to keep this to like, what I'm saying? It's a nice day outside. So I want to keep this to like maybe hour and a half, 2 hours at max. So I'm going to shorten up my opening and let you guys come in. And if you want to give personal experience, you can. Even though I wouldn't, actually don't do it. Listen, this is the thing, man. The reason why Black men will never, ever get ahead is because Black men will do anything to belittle another Black man as soon as he get an opportunity, even if he doesn't benefit from it. If it's something that makes him look bigger or something that gets him a laugh, that's super tragic, super messed up and effed up, he'll say it, he'll do it, he'll use those tactics, even if he doesn't benefit greatly. Not knowing or not even understanding. Again, as men, bro, there's a level that you cross, and you open yourself up to maybe some shit you may not be able to come back for. You don't ever know. That's why I as much as I troll individuals and whatnot, what have you, bro, I do it measuredly. Okay. I do it in a measured fashion. You know me, I don't ever talk about kids. I don't even really talk about your old lady unless your old lady talking shit to me, or you bring up my old lady. And I keep family out of it, because a man is supposed to kill and die in that order for his family, for those people he love. I understand that. So you'll never, ever hear me talk shit about somebody's motherfucking kids, period. Kids are off the children. Grown, I don't know. That's iffy. You know what I'm saying? If you want to go there. But children, 18 and under, minors, you'll never hear me say nothing negative about them. You won't find it, period. No matter what fuck niggas is out here saying, because Motherfuckers like to mash shit together, but that's neither here nor there. But because you say something about mine, bro, we got nothing to talk about. That's the way I carry it. I hold everybody to the standard I hold myself to. So that's why I let motherfuckers know, like, hey, man, you can talk ugly, black, whatever, broke, whatever. Bruh, you talk about my kids, bro. If me and you ever happen to be in the same space at the same time, we might have a problem on our hands. All right? And I'm very, very attentive. I hope you are too. Okay? Not saying I'm looking for trouble, not saying it's a threat, but when I let you know, hey, bro, don't say shit about my kids, and you step across that line and you do it anyway, that means, okay, nigga. And okay, want to play that game? All right, that's how you want to carry it. That lets me know. And we carry it like that from there on. But anyway, so my situation from the drugs aspect, I told you guys about my dad. And big reason, the problem, my dad was an addict. You know, I say was in the past tense. As far as I know, he's no longer dealing with the shit he used to deal with. But hey, never truly know, because, you know, the thing about addiction is you can always relapse. And this isn't just, you know, it gets talked about in you know, publicized whenever a celebrity. What's the damn chick name? Demi Lovato. This bitch done, Jesus Christ, bro. This bitch done been in rehab more than goddamn than the doctors. Shit. She done been in rehab more than the damn rehab mailbox. You know what I'm saying? And again, that's not really the, you know, but it's just to make a point. But every day, man, there are people at you know, the everyday level, everyday people that go through struggling with addiction. And one of the major reasons that I never smoke weed, never touch any type of illegal illicit drugs, whatnot, what have you. And I don't even mess with fucking prescription pills or prescription drugs like that. Even though, like, bro, I couldn't get high if I wanted to. People be telling me to get high off of prescription drugs, bro. I told you, bro, I've never took a prescription drug and felt any type of euphoria, got any type of adrenaline rush, any of that. Nigga, if I'm taking prescription pills, especially like some shit where, what do they call it? Like a whatever class narcotic, where you got to have a prescription for it, nigga, I am in some pain. I am fucking hurt. And I'm going to take that shit to kill the pain. And if it works good enough, I just go to sleep. That's it. I don't feel high. Ain't no sipping on no scissor. Ain't no sipping on no lean. Ain't no popping no Zans. Ain't goddamn tripping off no fucking Adderall or whatever the fuck you do with that shit. None of that, bro. It just don't do nothing for me. I told y'all, bro, the most pain I've ever been in my life, I slipped my disc in my motherfucking back. I couldn't walk. Okay. The pain got so intense as to where I couldn't walk. Again, shout out to the male nurses. Shout out to the male nurses. 2 grown ass men had to come in the fucking what's name, lift my big ass out of a motherfucking wheelchair and fucking flop me over in the fucking hospital bed, man. They gave me 2 doses of morphine. 2. You know what I felt? Nothing. Everybody be telling me, oh my God, dude, they gave you morphine? White boys love that shit. Oh man, they gave you morphine, bro? Oh man, I was tripping, bro. It was like I had my shoes tied together, brother. I was tripping. I was rolling. It was like I had my shoes tied and a BBJ and a BJJ. Oh shit, I did a BJJ BJJ class in a jujitsu class, brother. I was tripping and a rolling. I loved it. Best time of my life. You know, a motherfucker talk about taking Vicodin or whatever else in the hell, and I just never experienced it, man. But I think that's a blessing I've been given, especially being with my dad's situation. Him, like, this dude done been smoking cigarettes, bro. I don't know how long. This dude, I think he said he was smoking cigarettes at like 13. You know what I mean? So, you know, he done quit. I don't know how many times. I always go back to it, but that shows, like, you know, addictive personality. And like I said, some people are predisposed genetically to addiction. Just like Native Americans. Native Americans have a very, very high alcoholism rate because of the way their body processes it and whatnot, what have you. They are predisposed to alcoholism. If you guys didn't know that, I think most people know that. You know what I'm saying? But you know, in your bloodline, depending on what it is, you may be predisposed. Some people, that's why they tell women not to drink alcohol, because fetal alcohol syndrome is a thing that could make the child predisposed to alcoholism if you drink during pregnancy. Same thing with, of course, illegal, highly addictive drugs. A lot of you know, the crack babies. You know, it was another joke we used to say. Even think about that, man. We made a joke out of that. Crack baby, crack baby, crack baby, crack baby. I know somebody that worked in the child services or whatever, social worker, right? It was a social worker. And man, they tell me and explain to me how these babies that are born to these women that are on these hard drugs, man, heroin, crack, cocaine, all these different things, right? Of course, weed is one of the heaviest ones too. When they blood test a baby and the baby got weed in the stream, but weed is not as, you know, as a big deal. But she tells me, man, about how these babies just cry and 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 cry. No matter how you fucking feed them or whatnot, what have you, they don't want fucking milk. They don't want to be held. They don't want fucking what's the name. Their body is already craving fucking crack, bro. Already craving fucking drugs, man. Illegal drugs. And, you know, because of the lack of sympathy and empathy we have for each other, we make things like crack babies a joke. You feel me? And anytime any other demographic gets something like this happen, you see what they hit, they're instantly sympathizing with it. You know, sympathetic, and they want to do any and everything to help them. They need to be helped. These people aren't criminals. They're addicts. You know, they're addicts. They need help. But to us, again, geekers, junkies, crackheads, powderheads, all these different things, right? And yeah, I done called niggas powderheads. Y'all say, oh, you just call nigga powderhead. Yep, yeah. I too have said it. I'm not gonna lie, not gonna be a hypocrite. But hey, if we're there, all bets are off. But ultimately, I do understand, and I don't use that in a negative way or what's name, because I've never been in the fucking dope game. I don't sell dope, never sold crack, never sold no illicit drugs, nothing illegal, all this shit, what have you. So, you know, I never had no this utter disrespect and hate for the crackhead, the rockhead, right? The fiend, the junkie. But I seen people that depended on those people, the addicts, to survive because you was motherfucking selling whatever you was selling. Treat these motherfuckers like shit. I told y'all, remember, bro, the dude that ended up dying in prison, man. I think he might have made it to 21, or he wasn't even 21 years old. Begged and pleaded with buddy, man. Hey, man, just go home, man. Man, just go to school, go to JUCO, do something, bro. You can hoop. Get away from here. Job corps, anything, man. Get away from here, bro. You got talent. You be good. You be like, man, I'm thinking about that shit, like, whatever. I'm supposed to be dealing with a fiend, man. Get to fighting with the fiend, knock the fiend down. Fiend hit his head on the fucking concrete. Fiend dies. He ends up in fucking prison. He get killed in fucking prison, bro. You know? Sad song, sad story. And the thing about it was, I found out because I came back home, and whenever I go back home early, I would always go hoop. And I asked about him, and they told me. And man, like, bro, it fucked with me. You know? It fucked with me. But you know, back to my dad. So yeah, my dad, I told you, he started out smoking weed. I never forget, I think he had an old Pontiac fucking Bonneville. I think it was a Bonneville. Bonneville, which one had two doors? It wasn't no Trans Am. I know the Trans Am is. I think it was like a Bonneville. Old brown Pontiac Bonneville, man. You know, and you know what? I realized too, and he said it. It was a couple times that we probably got contacts as like a kid, man. He was just laughing. Man, you gotta contact, man. You know, you get out, you a little kid, you don't know what the hell going on. Everything funny or whatever, you know. But yeah, man, like I said, you know, when it came to being a dad, my dad thought it was more important to get high, go hang out with the niggas and shit. You know, he was always smoking a joint. This was way before blunts. Who remember? Well, all of us should. We did. Y'all old as me, man. Y'all remember joints before blunts? When did blunt start? Can somebody put a date on a blunt? When did blunt start? Blunts versus joints, not joints, junts. Junt, Junts. Nah, I'm pretty sure it was a Bonneville, man. I'm pretty sure it was Bonneville. It was a big body. It was like the yeah, it was like a 70-something Bonneville. Stop. 2000s. So yeah, 2000s, late 90s. Late 90s, 2000s. Okay, we'll go with that. But in the 80s, man, it was strictly joints. Tops, bro. I remember going into the store. See, I told y'all, man, bro, I don't think y'all understand just how unique we are. Bro, we were the last generation of kids that could go in the store and buy a pack of cigarettes. Yo, hey, run in the store and give me them cigarettes. And he just give them to you. My daddy said, can you give me a pack of Cool 50 Kings? And I used to fuck it up. I said 50 Kings. Cool 50 Kings and some tops. And some tops. At like 8 years old, when they give you the shit, here you go, no problem. You run back out to the car. You run back into the car, no problem. Oh man, like man, I don't think, man, I think we have like the most unique and fun fucking, like, bro, we had the last fun childhood, man. You think about it. Late 80s, early 90s was the shit. But yeah, man, you know, going there, get his papers, get his cigarettes, whatnot, what have you. As a kid, you know, every time we go, one thing my dad did do, we did do recreationally together, is he was country, so you know, we always fished and shit. So whenever we was fishing, he'd be, you know, smoking a little joint, whatnot, what have you. Then I told you, you know, I got older, moved back in with him. Then them joints started smelling funny. And them blunts at that time started smelling funny and shit. Like, what the fuck is going on? Found out this nigga goddamn, he lacing the shit with powder. Now we moved to DMX. And actually, yeah, I gotta pull this up, man. And it's just sad, man, to see, you know, just how messed up and how you know, just how betraying people could be, bruh. You know? And he tells a story about, you know, the man that he saw as a bigger brother, whatnot, what have you, right? The man he saw as a big brother did what he did to him and pretty much put him on his fucking addiction that he has.
You know, I just come home from being in these institutions from the age of 7 to 14. I mean, and this guy, Reddy Ron, I mean, he was like an older brother to me. And I looked up to him like an older brother, you know what I'm saying? I love this guy like an older brother, you know, I don't have any brothers. But this guy, man, this guy, he introduced me to what would be the best part of my life, which would be the rap. But he also, at the end of my life, is blessed with the curse. I didn't smoke cigarettes. I didn't smoke weed. I didn't do anything. I'm 14 years old. So he came back with a blunt rolled up. He likes the blunt. Like I said, I was impressed. Not really smoking. And he passed the blunt around. And wow. I hit the blunt, and I'm like, I never felt like this. Like it just me up. I'm like, the and I later found out that he laced the blunt with crack. My thing. Why would you do that to a child?
Correct.
And this nigga like 30, you know what I'm saying? And he knew how I looked up to him. Why would you do that to somebody who looks up to you like this? I mean, a monster was born. A monster was born. I mean, and that's I wouldn't do that to my worst enemy. I wouldn't wish that on my worst enemy.
Yeah, man, and that's him telling the story himself about something about a guy that he trusted, a person he looked up to as a mentor, and he confided in, he trusted in, and pretty much started his decline in addiction that he didn't even know he had. And again, man, I know everybody, all y'all weed heads out there, all y'all weed smokers, whatnot, what have you, telling you, man, they used to do this thing for a reason. Used to call weed a gateway drug for a reason, because it is. You always start out small, right? Your body, gets a craving for these things, and like I can quit weed it. No, you can't, bro. Y'all dudes are addicted to weed, man. All right. But I'm not gonna really lecture on that. I'm not gonna belabor. That's a whole nother thing for another day. But all I'm gonna say, man, is just be careful, bro. All right. If you really can control yourself or whatnot, what have you, stop it. Stop today. Stop for a day. Then make it 2 days. Then make it 3. See just how long you can go without it, and see if you have control over you or it has control over you. Okay. One of the things I was blessed with, bro, is like strong ass will, bro. I can do anything cold turkey, just the way. Whether it be food, whether it be fucking sugar, whether it be porn, whether it be whatever. Anything I say, hey, you know what? I think I need to take a break. I'm done. Stop that day until I fucking, feel like, okay, I've been without it long enough. All right, I can go back or whatever. Okay. And I think, it's crazy the way that, here come you God hating niggas. All right. Let me get y'all ready. Niggas that hate God. All right. God works things out to where the counterbalance sometimes something that you may be, the demons or the people before you. And, a lot of people, man, don't even understand addictive, genetics or even addictive personalities. And I told y'all, man, I've seen it. I've seen people that just, be so greedy and so ready and so, ooh, let me hit that. Ooh, let me get a sip of that. Ooh, let me. And I'm like, bro, what are you doing? Like, the fuck? Especially females, man. I told y'all, the female that lived, when I moved back with my dad, she was always leeching, bro. She was always leeching. And I just looked at her. I'm like, yo, do you see how you setting yourself up? All the nigga got to do is lace the blunt and put something in some shit you ain't ready for, and then your ass knocked out, and now you taking advantage of. Don't even remember or know what the fuck happened. Wouldn't even know. Because you so motherfucking blunt hungry and so motherfucking hit hungry. Like, what the fuck, man? And eventually she said she was complaining about it. Say, hey, man, I don't know. I ain't gonna smoke with them no more, man. I hit they blunt. And shout out to Platinum, man. Like Platinum said, man, Brian, you don't know. If you didn't roll that shit yourself or you didn't pull that shit yourself, man, you was a fucking fool. You literally out here playing with your booty hole, nigga. Nigga, you out here playing with your virginity, nigga. You out here playing with your virginity, man. All right, and it ain't just, drugs can be alcoholism, a lot of things, man. But I'm telling you, bro, you gotta be careful out here, man. You don't know what the hell people got going on. Tolerance is everything. I told y'all, man. I told y'all a story about the dude that worked for me. You know, he was a great worker, man. This dude was a hard worker, good learner, did everything I told him, never had no issues and problems. Somebody died in his family, man, and buddy hit that bottle, and bruh, it was over. I saw this dude, I saw him decline, bruh, into like deep alcoholism within like a 2 to 3 month time frame, bro. A dude that I've been around and I trained up and taught and everything. Great guy, great individual person, worker, everything, bro. And I saw this dude decline into the deepest depths of fucking alcoholism to the point where he was alcohol dependent, y'all. All right. Anybody that's ever been on military bases, they usually have these historical housing or whatnot that's been there pretty much since the origins or the original starting of the base, right? And it's historic to the point of where it's just like museum type stuff, or actually where like very higher ups, like, you know, admirals and up, stay there whenever they're here or whatnot, what have you. This dude had went through the alcohol program and he was doing good, you know, so we thought, but he was off the fucking sauce, man, and you could see him shaking. You could see him shaking. You guys that don't know, alcohol is one of the things that you can literally die from alcohol withdrawals. Once your body becomes alcohol dependent, you literally have to have it or you could die from it, okay? But he was getting to the point of where he was, you know, and it wasn't real bad, but you could just see it and tell, and he was real jittery and agitated. One day he left from work, man, and I'm coming from the gym, and I'm like, damn, what the fuck going on over here? The hell going on, you know? And I see all this commotion and shit, and I see a motherfucking big ass hole in a fence, and I see a truck up on the fucking steps going into the porch. It's his ass. He blacked out, bro. He wasn't drunk. He wasn't driving drunk. He blacked out from not having fucking alcohol in the system, man. And crashed into one of these motherfucking historic fucking, you know, military houses. So even from, you know, not just my family situation, just from a work and life situation, man, I've seen it. But you know what? One of the biggest things they do in the military, they do give people a chance to get the help they need. Well, they're required to do it. But you know, whenever somebody has something, whether it's something that's alcoholism or a person is actually on illegal drugs, like they pop on a piss test, they give them a chance for treatment, and then you know, they send them on their way if it's illegal drugs or whatnot, what have you, or alcohol, you fail the program. But the major point of this, man, is that we complain so much about the treatment of Black people in comparison to white people when it comes to drug dependency and addiction. But what are we doing? What fucked me up, man, and made me, you know, go ahead and do this today. What Citizen Lou told me, there was niggas laughing about DMX's condition. This man was on death's door, man, and you know, niggas found it funny. You know? You know, and that's similar, that's very similar to what, you know, Black women that, you know, leech and lurk around this fucking sector did when, you know, Kobe Bryant and his daughter died. Oh, he didn't marry the woman we wanted to marry, so fuck him and his daughter. That's Black women, y'all. So when I see a man doing that, it just lets me know further know, man, like, bruh, that, man, most of you niggas don't give a fuck, man. Really don't. And y'all expect the white folks to give a fuck. Y'all expect the Arabs, the Indians, the Asians, Africans, anybody other than us to give a fuck when we don't sympathize and empathize with each other from the most shit. Y'all will give more credit to a motherfucker that's a killer, stiller, and drug dealer than you will the victims of those people, of the criminals. Ain't that something? Niggas give more sympathy and empathy and excuses to criminals than the addicts. But then you complain about how white folks are getting all this attention for opioid users and the opioid crisis. What are you gonna do to change it? Are you gonna fucking, you know, not get that $5 to the person you know is gonna use it to motherfucking sell rocks? Are you gonna fucking, you know, report the motherfucking nigga you see hanging out here in the fucking corner in the trap? Or you not gonna knock his hustle. You gonna let him get it how he live. Sell the motherfucking rocks or the fentanyl or the heroin to the motherfucking lady that's fucking 4 months pregnant. And she 4 months pregnant from a motherfucking trapper because he fucking the fiends because she ain't got no bread. Crack babies, remember? This is like, shout out to Gal, man. It's one of them moments, bro, where you just realize, like, man, this shit is bad, bro. It's bad. You know? And it's crazy how, God works. Because I was just saying this, right? And then to follow it up with the DMX thing, to compound it, to pretty much give me fucking what's the name that I needed to do this anyway, which I planned on doing it, but this now to follow it up. You know what I'm saying? And shine a light on the shit. Now, DJ Nap, I brought that up. Shout out music for the 399. With infight comes Schadenfreude, nothing new. Appreciate you, brother. Big dog, I gotta ask before the hit squad comes up, but what's the difference between DMX and the combo about George Floyd from the other day? Well, the difference is this. George Floyd, what DMX doesn't have is a history of criminality where he fucking stuck a gun to a pregnant woman's stomach. All right. And I mentioned this in the thing to say the dude shouldn't have died. I made that inherently clear. But he did contribute to his own demise. The reason he died wasn't because of partially was because of his addiction, but because he decided to motherfucking stay in the lifestyle, man. Couldn't leave it alone. My problem with George Floyd isn't him being a fiend or whatnot, what have you, or an addict. It's the fact of the matter that we deified him. This dude was turned into a god, man. As much empathy, sympathy, and compassion I feel like we should have for a fiend or an addict, I don't ever think that should be the person we elevate to God status in the Black community. I'm sorry. When you're that heavily flawed, you can't be worshiped and praised. That's the argument for the George Floyd thing. That's the point for George Floyd. And like I said, if somebody want to come up, I'm about to drop the link anyway. Yep. Shout out to Roscoe. Come on, man. Come on, man. We can laugh now because if you didn't know, DMX is alive and well. They say he's in good health. He's no longer on any type of life support or whatnot, what have you. Not a full speedy recovery, but he is he is on the way back to being normal. So yeah, man. And that's I didn't know. And again too, remember that was the whole thing behind Friday. Smokey from Friday. But JR, he was fucking with your cousins though. He was fucking with your cousins though, fucking Hector. You know what I mean? Exactly, man. That's what I'm saying. Had DMX died from this, DMX would have never been a fucking what's the name, man, because he wasn't a part of the agenda or whatnot. But I don't want to sidetrack it with George Floyd. Shout out to Goody Mob. Suffering from a severe case of inner city blues. Opportunity to gain. This morning. What's the name of the song? What's the name of the song I'm thinking about, y'all? I can't think of it. Okay. What's the Goody Mob song I'm talking about, y'all? I can't think of the fucking name of it. But anyway, CeeLo goes, boy, please. Of course I can sling some OZs. But I'm one of those aspiring MCs. Boy, please. covers the envies, but I'd rather struggle on my feet than live on my knees. So my uniform type, working all night, Mickey D's. Got about $98 some change was the government get their fees. Damn. I just lost it. It'll come back to me. Nah, it's not Get Up, Get Out. Nah, it's all for cell therapy, but it's not. I can't think of the name of the song. But anyway, y'all go ahead and come on up, man. Snuggles, 0. 0. I don't work on them. I watch other people work on them. I make sure they doing their shit right. Oh, the name of the song is "I Refuse Limitation." That's what I'm talking about. 1 second. Yeah, man. I refuse limitation. That CeeLo verse, man. Make sure I know I was muted. I was listening to the song. I don't want to get it copyrighted. But yeah, man, the CeeLo verse and CeeLo is like one of the most underrated lyricists, bro. And everybody talks about like storytellers, bro. CeeLo is like one of the best rapping storytellers like ever, bro. But you know, believe it or not, it's some really intelligent junkies, but dependencies, their souls like disease. And that's that's why I say, man, you can learn something from anybody, bro. You know what I'm saying? You know? Um, so many times, especially there's stories of, like I told you guys, Earl the Goat Manigault, right? Dude was like a basketball god, you know, from what was told. But due to addiction and just bad life decisions, he never got off the ground. Um, you know, all the musicians and people that were told stories about, you know, drug addiction and overdoses and lives that was lost and things like that. Um, Heroin was huge, man. You know, that's the thing about it is like, that's why I didn't understand once you get older and you understand the crack era following the heroin and I think what did they call it? The like Harlem Renaissance and shit, right? That was the Harlem Renaissance had a big connection to fucking like heroin trade and you know, several people, man, they was making songs about this shit. You had no idea. White Horse and hell James Brown did a song called King Heroin. Dope ass song too. 2 parts. You know, so many people, man, dealt with bouts of addiction, and luckily made it through. We lost 2 of musical legends, allegedly to prescription drugs, right? Both overdosed on prescription drugs, not illegal, illicit drugs, but prescription drugs, man. So the crazy thing about it, man. Hold on, what y'all timing him out for, man? What did he say? Hold on, what did he say? What are you talking about? Yeah, man. Appreciate y'all. Get that nigga out of here. Like, bro, what are you doing? Bro, I'm not paying attention to none of these. Bro, look, don't come here and ask me about irrelevant ass leech motherfuckers that's talking shit about. Bro, I don't listen to those people for a reason. Appreciate y'all for blocking the bullshit, man. Zone, I'm trying to wait for the chat to catch up in the thing so I can pin it, bro. Appreciate you. Appreciate you, Zone. But yeah, man, Talik Kweli can make complete songs with central themes, but I have mailed cannabis CDs all the way to Norway and Europe, so he is highly respected. Stop it, Candid. You thought cannabis beat LL in that battle? Candid, what's going on now? Me and you usually agree. Yo, what up, bro? What's going on with you? You muted.
Yo,
you got it.
What's going on, big dog?
You got it, bro.
Hey, man. I was talking about this last night a little bit on Topaz's channel. Shout out to her for having.
Shout out to Topaz, man. The human jukebox, man. Shout out to
her. Yeah, it was a good conversation, but we was talking about just my experience and drugs and music, etc. Right. A lot of this is stemming from that. And definitely like huge DMX fan. Anybody knows me, but listen to me enough. No, I'm an East Coast dude. You know what I'm saying? Born and raised. So I came up with X. And one of the things we talked about was his ability to tell a story, but like you could feel what he was saying. You could visualize it, right? We got to wait for you could like his pain and all of that.
Yeah,
and
man.
Then we would also talk about, well, how much of that may have been influenced by drugs, how much of that may have been like to kind of like subdue some of the pain, using the drugs or whatever. So some of the stuff you talked about, and for people that don't know Topa, she works in mental health, right? So anyway, the conversation, it was kind of dope because we went from like the entertainment, the creative aspect to how much is like people not dealing with their trauma, trying to, like talking about that line between music, creativity, and the use of additional substances. And like the shit got kind of deep, and I ain't trying to take it there, but just to the point I was making in the comment section, I know how cats do. Like I've been watching you long enough to know, like, oh, the other day, fantastic, you were saying the black community don't give a fuck about crackheads and this, that, and the other, but DMX is known for this, that, and the other. So why you kind of get what I'm saying?
No, that's what I was saying, and that's what I said.
I probably missed that. I probably missed that.
That's what I'm saying. And if anybody would try and do that, that's still that my point still holds dear, because like I said, Citizen Lou isn't here, but he was saying how people were laughing at it, and
right.
He was pretty much, they were saying this man might not make it just 48 hours ago. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And dudes thought it was funny.
I was seeing that too on IG and Twitter. People were saying like, yo, he did this to himself. Like he just and I was like, wow. Like
so now that's what I'm saying. So if you can have this for a guy that's actually, and shout out to you for bringing this up, bro. I bought all of fucking DMX's albums, bro. All of them, bought them all. And Slippin' was my shit, bro. I think Slippin', it, like you said, I could feel that song. You know what I'm saying? I could put myself in his shoes and fucking what's the name, like you said, and hear his motherfucking like soul and pain and everything in that track. So yeah, man, DMX actually has some type of relevance in most black people's lives. For the more, it's even from not saying from a worship standpoint or whatnot, what have you, his music, you know what I'm saying, had a part in black culture compared to George Floyd, who, you know, he's just, you know, some nigga that, you know, whatever, whatnot, what have you. And you guys put him in the ultimate reverence. And, you know, don't you say nothing bad about him, but you're going to laugh at DMX. And he's in the, you know, a similar situation or whatnot, what have you. You know what I'm saying? And so, yeah, man, that's just my thing, man. But like I said, anybody want to make that debate, I mean, that's easy work. They want to try it.
Here's another way we can shut it down before you pass it to Fatal real quick. Like, because I was thinking about this too when I went to go grab my headphones. Like, there's no way ever that BLM or anybody else with an agenda could use DMX as a symbol to push that type of propaganda that they're doing. He represented everything about masculinity. Yep. You know, even if you wanted somebody that was quote unquote in touch with their emotions, like this nigga's crying on interviews, crying on albums, you ain't gonna say nothing to him though. You're not gonna walk up on him and oh, you a pussy ass nigga, you showing your emotions. Like, he was vulnerable. I think that's one of the things that made him one of the great, you know, or makes him one of the great artists. Wildcats was rooting for him, even though he's going what he's going through. We all be going through stuff, right? It's just not public. So he could put himself out there. You know, I talked about writing prayers. Who was doing that?
Yeah, man, like you said, yeah.
So it's I don't know. I hold him in a certain regards, but I just know that people listening, it's a possibility that they could attempt to make that argument. I mean, I think you undefeated right now for the most part. You know, niggas that came at you with that shit. But,
hey, you know.
I just wanted to kind of throw that out there, like, because I know how these niggas be thinking.
Iron sharp as iron, bro. And Wagner, that was how it's going down. Faith Evans, I love that shit with that too. Like, he, bro, just think about it, bro. DMX got like some of the like most fucking like they even had a challenge. Remember they had the DMX challenge, what they bitches want from a nigga, the challenge and shit, all this whatnot, what have you. So yeah, man, DMX is definitely a staple in black culture and black music. You know, so like I said, I'm just glad he's pulled through. But we gonna go to my man Fatal Dose in the building, brother. What's up with you, man? You got it.
Hey, what up, bro? I hope can you hear background noise?
You good though? I can hear it, but it ain't that bad. Go ahead. All
right, my bad. They usually have this thing turned down on the VIP, and they turned it up. I've been trying to get someone to come in here and turn it down before I got on, but they're so busy up front. But anyway, bro, I think a lot of people is getting this twisted with the whole George Floyd thing, right?
Actually, hold on. Hey, Fatal Dose, do me a favor. You gonna have to do that because they go copyright my shit if you got that playing in the background.
All right, hold on.
Yeah, mute up.
Yo, Fatal Dose popped up playing Genuine Pony in the background. Like, what's going on, man?
Let me see. We got Mr. Marcus Allen. Salute, fantastic in the panel. If X would have stayed on the right track, he could have been the greatest top 5 rappers of all time. But pray for the brother. Yeah, man. And like you said, bro, it's crazy. How you look at somebody's, just their life, bro. And another big thing too. Rick James allegedly, died of natural causes, along with a lot of different people, and he suffered a lifelong life of addiction and fighting addiction and things like that.
Right.
He did get his I guess his flowers before he left. By getting a resurgence from Dave Chappelle to pretty much tell the stories and things of his life and whatnot, what have you. Yeah. And he had that I think the BET Award was the last thing he did before he died and he left. But yeah, man, the whole thing.
So Fanta, let me ask you this though. Right. Do you think if DMX hadn't went through what he went through, he would be who he was? And I'm not picking any side, but I wanted to, because somebody else brought this up in another conversation in Topaz Journey, talking about R. Kelly, and what he'd been through. Now that's a whole different thing, but I'm just talking about it's our experiences. When you're talking about the creative space, the creative aspect, where'd you draw your inspiration from? You know what I'm saying? That allows you to do what you do. And then what separates you is the ability to articulate that or put it in a form to where you could put it out there in the world and other people can either understand it, relate to it, or feel it. You know what I'm saying? Or even in some cases, they could see it. you're listening to somebody. Like, you know, Biggie was known for that. You know, a bunch of the cats, you know what I'm saying, out in Texas, we talked about that. Like, that's a gift to be able to translate your thoughts, your feelings, your experiences, and then you can put them on to somebody else can, wow, I don't know Fantastic like that, but damn, like, you know what I'm saying? I feel like I grew up in Macon, Georgia. You know what I'm saying? As an example, like, so do you think that he would be who he was if he had not have gone through what he went through? Because and this is to that last comment. Somebody talking about stay on the right track.
But that's what he said though. He said it himself. He said it was a gift and a curse. And you know, he unfortunately, you know, that's when he was given the gift of rap, he was given the curse of addiction at the same time. And you know, I don't know, like you said, we don't know the actual time of slipping, you know what I'm saying, and where that comes up with the addiction aspect of it. But when you look back and you hear it, you know, I definitely see that in that song, right, and other times and things he talks about. So you know, the weird thing about art, you know, whether it be music, whether it be physical art, whatnot, what have you, a lot of the times, you know, some type of drug use is involved in it. Man, it's on a lighter note, bro. I just found this I got to share this with y'all, man. I just found this thing where they pretty much tell the stories of old school bands and stuff, right? And bro, Parliament, James Brown and them, and bro, everybody was doing hard drugs back in the day. And this story where Boosie Collins tells about how they were tripping off of LSD, and they gave James Brown the cup that they had dropped the LSD in, and he didn't know what it was. Nobody was stopping him, so he killed like the whole cup, bruh. They got a show. So they said it's crazy. So like I said, I mean, you know, it's everybody, nobody got, you know, hurt or injured. So it's funny as hell. I'm gonna put the link in there for you. But a lot of the times, man, you know, drug use is tied up in that industry. You know, when you get into those levels of life, man, it's quite crazy. You know, the stuff that people go through, man, it's crazy. Or they experiment with. But Jason, what you got for me, brother?
Yeah, did you see the documentary of DMX?
No, actually I didn't.
Because let me tell you, this man is undisputedly the best black man, and he should be praised in the community. Why? Because this man helped everybody that came up with him around him and on his block. He was taking people to concerts that would have never been there. He was taking people in expensive stores, buying them stuff. That's where all his money went. If you look at the documentaries, all the people that knew him, they said he was undisputedly a nice man. And he always gave. He didn't care about the money. And as you can see in his music, he made a lot of money. Look at his life. He didn't care for money. He cared for love, which he wasn't going to get from people. That's why he trusted a dog more than people. He even said that out of his own mouth. I trust a dog because a dog is more loyal than people are. And it's sad, but it's true. You know what I'm saying? And I just feel bad for this. I just feel bad for this brother, man, because he was dealt some terrible cards, even in that business. They told him they're gonna give him ownership over Rough Riders. As soon as it popped off, they left him out the deal, and they try to act like that never was discussed because DMX didn't get it on paper. But the man has been through a lot. The man has really been through a lot. I'm from New York. You know, I know people that hung out with DMX. DMX blessed a lot of people in New York. He blessed everybody that was around him. That's where most of his money went. If you look at the documentary, he's gonna tell you, even the people gonna be talking about how he spent money. He's taking people out, but why you think he ain't seeing with no jewelry? He was never the flashy type. He didn't care for money. All he cared about was making his people happy.
Shout out to G Dizzle. I met DMX back in 2001. We were on the same plane, chopped it up for a few minutes. Real cool dude. Yeah, man. And like you said, Jason, you know, it gives you a little bit more depth to the reason why he says that about the, you know, dogs are more loyal than people, and his you know, I guess, like, you know, the lack of trust he has. I'm gonna mute you up, bro. You got down the motherfucking L train and shit. But you know, the reason why he carries it with human beings versus dogs, being that this person he looked up to so much, man, and had so much trust in, pretty much put the worst burden on him he ever could have had in his life, you know. So once you understand that, man, you know, you understand as to why he had a connection with, you know, dogs, and he put so much what's name on them versus people. Delmar, man, just come up if you want to have the art. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth with you in the contest, bro. The dude had a fucking funeral tour, bro. Kobe Bryant didn't get a funeral tour, bro. Tupac didn't get a funeral tour, bro. Come on, dog. Like it's more prominent black men that did not get several fucking, you know, and like I said, his family members were given a fucking folded flag, man, unofficially, as if this dude was a fallen service member. Stop it, bro. Stop. The dude was fucking praised, celebrated, and deified in the black community. There's a reason why they keep showing the mural of him with fucking wings on, bro. As if there is, and this is funny to me. As much as you niggas hate God, as much as you niggas don't believe in God and the Bible and heaven no more, y'all show as hell put that nigga in there. As much as you hate God, niggas, hate God and the Bible and heaven, y'all show as hell put George Floyd in there immediately. Just saying. That's what I'm noticing.
Yeah, that's crazy. Hey, so I got another question for you. Fantastic. So, and this is based off my man's last point. Like, how many people in the industry, right, that have made it, you know what I'm saying, that have given back, and then we look at what happened to them. And this ties into another argument when everybody talking about looking out for the community and you need to do this and you need to do that. You know, we don't have to go down the list of people, like you said, that have blew through their money, right, to try to help other people. And then look how it turns out for them, right? Some of them have lost their lives dealing with people that they've probably helped at one time or another, you know what I'm saying? Or if they find themselves in a bad situation like X, niggas is laughing, you know what I mean? Because you down right now, you know, so how do you make that argument, right? And this probably would be more directed towards like the quote unquote, the pro-black, we need to come together type shit. It's like you can't win for losing, bro. If you don't do nothing because you like, I'm not fucking with you niggas because XYZ, then when you do fuck with niggas, you get fucked over. It's kind of like, oh, well, he should have knew better.
Exactly. That's the fucking, bro, that's that ever-changing Rubik's Cube I talk about where, you should support black businesses. You give black people a chance. You should do this with black folks. You do this with black folks. You do this with black folks. And mind you, everybody hangs around themselves the most, right? But every white people hang with white people the most. Asian people hang with Asian people the most. But, bro, it's like they have rules, regulations, limitations, standards, and sympathy and empathy for each other, bro, you know, on a bigger scale than we do. It's like, man, fuck that nigga, man. I don't give a fuck. Fuck that nigga. That hey, he was in the game. He knew what happened or what have you. I ain't gonna tell that nigga shit. Ain't gonna, bro, whoa. So you know them niggas over there, some shiesty niggas. They some robbing niggas, some killing niggas, some setting up niggas. And you gonna let your man, this your man's. You gonna let your man's go fuck with him, bro? You're not gonna warn him. That ain't my fault, nigga. That ain't my business. That nigga, he a grown man. He just, all right, bro. Then the nigga motherfucking get shot up, killed up, and now you the same nigga that said I don't give a fuck that he grown, he gotta do this. I'll be the nigga with a fucking, you know, my dog, rest in peace, my dog t-shirt. Niggas is all about the show, bro. For real. That's why I say, bro, I know niggas, man. I've seen it. I know niggas, man. Yeah. If they come about something as to where it's gonna put you in a better position than they are, bruh, they'll pull back. They'll keep quiet. They'll do whatever in the hell. If it's something like this helping each other out shit. And this is why I take so much offense, bro. Like if and when I'm you know what I'm saying, teamwork and partnership, brotherhood, you got to take that shit extremely serious, man, because it's so rare to find. So if a brother actually reaches out to you to help you or work with you and whatever, all these other things, he trusts you, put that trust in you. That's for the betterment of, like you said, not just black people, but black men as a whole, because we need more of that, like you said, man. It's so rare to find black men, you know, willing to work together and doing all these other things and not being so competitive to the point of where, you know, I'm gonna get up and you got to get your own. I got mine. You find out a way to get yours. So when brothers do come together, man, and you know, niggas get on some real flaky shit, man, it's just so discouraging, you know? And it makes it hard. It makes it hard for you to be willing to give the next brother a chance because you gave brothers a chance and you keep seeing it happen outside of you. And then when you actually experience it yourself, you're like, well, man, fuck it, man. If every nigga gonna be shiesty and every nigga gonna be motherfucking a snake and all this other shit, hey, bro, I'll just get it on my own. And you know, I might put somebody on when I get up there. Mm-hmm. But as far as you know what I'm saying, so that's what I'm saying, man. It's just so weird, man.
No, you've been consistent with your message, man. I just, you know, I like to reiterate, like it's been a lot of new people coming in. Delmar Dante asking for the link right now.
Bro, it's there, bro. It's in the link. It's pinned to the top, bro. Click the top. Yeah. That shit has not been debunked, bro.
Right.
But yeah.
It's just crazy. But so he's doing better. Like I first saw it yesterday. I was hanging out with my son yesterday. So I missed a lot of the streams during the day. And, you know, I did the thing last night. But then I heard that, you know, in the morning time, like, oh shit, like he OD'd and he wasn't doing too well. But you saying like he doing better.
Yeah, they said
now?
He's good. They put an official message out saying that from his camp saying he's good to go. He's good. Okay. He's back to his faculties. He's off life support and all those different things.
All right, yeah, because it gets old, man. Always here, I'm like, damn, it's always another one, right? Like,
yeah, man, that addiction is no joke. And like I said, man, you know, if we want it to change, right? If we want it to change, as far as you know, us being sympathized like the white folks do or whatnot, what have you. Well, we have to start sympathizing for our own. We have to start giving a damn about our own, you know, in situations like this, and not just on the celebrity level. Like I said, you know, I never even heard rehab like in the black community, bro. That's not something you hear about.
That's true.
I don't hear about people going to fucking rehab. That's some shit I see on TV. You know what I'm saying? That's some shit I hear about, you know, white folks doing this, you know, or whatnot, what have you. But I don't hear about you know, black people going to rehab. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So this might be a bit of a off the wall question Topaz mentioned. And again, we was talking about music, but her stance was kind of like, yo, there needs to probably be some type of gatekeepers when it comes to like what's being put out and who puts it out. Do you think there should be something like that potentially in the black community, like who we support and who we don't support? This is why I kind of, and I don't want to keep going back to, you know, the Floyd thing, but it's like, okay, if this was a brother that was struggling, whatever he had going on, but it's like, nah, this dude was a piece of shit. However, this dude right here, okay, he struggled from addiction too, but you know, he at least acknowledged it and he was working towards change. Like, who makes that determination?
Well, this is my thing. It's going to be a case by case basis.
Okay.
And, you know, with everything, it's just like not all criminals are even, you know, created equal. You know what I'm saying? A dude that's in jail for, you know, let's say, you know, stealing cars is not the same as a dude that's in jail for, you know, murder or child molestation. You feel what I'm saying? So look at them at a case by case basis. And unfortunately, man, again, just like the military does, right? So the military has programs as to when a person can self admit pretty much if they are alcohol dependent or they have alcohol addiction or even, you know, prescription drug addiction and all these different things, right? And they go through the program and they get a chance to get all the care and medical attention they need to help them get through it. And you're put on a strict program that you have to follow. If you don't follow it, well, hey, we'll have to let you go. It's the same thing there because, and this is the thing, I know everybody's go different, but addiction can be beat. Right. Addiction can be overcome. So if and when we put you out there and we give you at least that first try and that chance, and you go to the facilities and those things like this, and we start promoting, you know, rehab in black communities, and you fail, well, okay, so now you're put to the back of the line. You don't get to just jump back to the front and get, you know what I'm saying, the same sympathy, empathy, and all these different things. You have to change your friends. You have to change your surroundings. You have to change your habits. You have to change all these different things and put things, you know, make your own blockades to keep you from relapsing and going back to that lifestyle. Right. So, you know, yeah, man, you know, it's going to be even for like in DMX's case or whatnot, what have you, you know, I think he's been on record a couple of times as to where his drug abuse or whatever was public. I think at one point in time he was locked up in Arizona where they was making the dudes wear the pink shit, right? Or some weird shit like that.
Right.
I don't know. Yeah, but however it goes, it's just a case by case basis, man. And like Spider-Man, everybody gets one. Then after that, it's case by case. It is what it is.
So you mentioned real quick before Delmar jump in, and I just wanted to highlight this because I've heard these terms before too when I was in the service. Right, there was a difference between somebody was classified as like an alcohol abuser or a drug abuser, and then like an alcoholic and a drug addict. Right, two different things. That kind of would determine, I guess, the level of help. Hey, we could work with this person, right? Because they like to have a good time. And they make bad decisions versus, like you said, somebody that's dependent. They can't live without the shit. So it's just something to think about, man. But I'm gonna fall back.
Yeah, no problem. What's up, bro? Delmar, what's going on?
What's going on? Can you hear me?
Yeah, loud and clear.
Can you hear me?
Loud and clear, brother. You just muted yourself. Unmute yourself.
All right, my bad. Hey,
You good? Go ahead. Yeah.
Happy Easter. But so I wasn't really in disagreement with you, brother. I was saying I don't think people are really, from my perspective, I don't think people are really are worshiping Floyd. It's more so the situation that he's going through, right? With the cops on his neck and all that stuff. So it's a lot of agendas going on. But as far as Floyd himself, people don't really care about him, man. They just care about the situation. That's the point I was trying to make in the chat.
Okay, but this is my argument. Maybe we're missing each other. And this is my counter is
Yeah. So while Fantastic is doing this thing, man, can you hear me, Delmar?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. No.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. I can hear you. I was just gonna say, so we can agree, the DMX, and I said this to Fantastic earlier. I don't know if you heard it, that regardless of what DMX history and his situation is, he would have never been used as like a proxy, you know what I'm saying, to push a certain type of agenda when we talk about BLM, etc. And anybody's been following this channel long enough understands like what the tenets were. Like we do that over here in these spaces. Like we go through documentation and laws and proposed laws, etc. Like do the research, right? Read the information. It would have been impossible for them to try to use this man because, like, in my opinion, he represented, like a straight up alpha masculine man. And he's not like a big dude in stature, but he commanded respect from everybody in the industry and out of the industry. We can agree on that, right?
We could agree somewhat. They can't use DMX because he's already famous and people are well aware of his record already. He's not a squeaky clean guy either, right?
Right.
And far as the type of music he promoted and whatnot, he would not have been ideal.
Okay.
But if DMX got killed by the police, please believe they will use him.
Okay. I didn't think that. Okay. So you're saying because of the way that Floyd passed, that's why they were able to do that.
Yeah, if you random drug addict guy, they would not care about him. Drug addicts die every day. I'm a substance use counselor, by the way, but drug addicts die every day. Nobody cares.
Right.
I have guys that I had on my caseload for 3 or 4 months, man. I work in the correctional facility, so I get guys that get out and in community corrections, and 2 days, the same day they die.
Right.
Yeah, I'm back.
Don't even make
I'm back. So yeah, man. This is my thing, man. Listen, the whole aspect of the thing with George Floyd, bro, he was deified, bro. He was literally deified. Like you said, you said you weren't noticed, but I guess you did the research and you found out the dude had a funeral in 3 different states, man. All right, Kobe Bryant died. You tried to use Kobe. Hold on. You tried to use Kobe, and Kobe didn't have an interstate funeral. He only had like
I agree with you, bro.
Okay. So again, the reason why I'm saying he's deified is because again, his image and his name was used as pretty much like the most important black man, bro, of the year. I think they actually put him up for being. He might if they either nominated him for it, because y'all correct me in the chat. George Floyd either was nominated for it and didn't win, or he got the Man of the Year award. I think George Floyd from some publication and whatnot got like the Man of the Year award, bro. So again, man,
That's insane.
yeah, man, come on, bro. He was deified, bro, purposely. His situation was used to fucking put him in a position of where he's a martyr and all these different things. And again, bro, but like I said, I don't really want to,
But would you agree that it's not about him? It's just about the situation. It's not.
No, it's not the situation.
It's not fluid. It's not about him. It's about the situation.
No, it's about him because that's the case.
No, people don't care about him.
Yes, they do.
No, I disagree. If he just died, a regular death, nobody would care about him. He wouldn't be on the news or anything.
Okay, so let me ask you this. Let me ask you this, brother. Yeah, not to mention the hundreds of millions of dollars that his family made off his name, bro. That people donated hundreds of millions of dollars, tens of millions to this dude. Black Lives Matter made hundreds of millions.
It's a situation. Once again, not about him.
Brother, you keep saying the situation. We saw did Rayshard Brooks get the same amount of money or the same amount of attention or anything else? No, he did not. It's about him, bro. You can't say it's about the situation when he's directly involved.
Rayshard Brooks would have died. If you replace George Floyd with anybody else, the same exact thing is gonna happen. If you took me instead of George Floyd, guess what's gonna happen?
Fam,
same exact
thing. Paul, chill out now, Paul. You're going too deep, Paul. Don't tell him. Shh, be quiet, Paul. But now, do you know the name Tony Temple, brother?
I do not.
All right, look it up and get back to me. All right.
Okay. Tony Temple?
Yeah, Tony Temple. Look it up and get back to me. This has happened before, man. As they say, unfortunately, there's nothing new under the sun. This happened before. There were no marches. There were no protests. There were no televised everyday trials.
That's where you're wrong at. It's been plenty of protests. There's been plenty of lawsuits.
You're not listening. No. I'm talking about for Tony Temple, bro. That literally died the same way.
Okay, so not all of them, right? Was he on camera like George Floyd was?
Yeah, it was on camera, bro. No one cared.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah, look it up, brother.
So how do you explain all the other people that had the lawsuits and the GoFundMe's and all this other stuff that's going on? Because George Floyd's not the only one. He's not the first. He won't be the last. This is going to be a continuance.
Like I said, man.
People march for him.
Even Trayvon Martin. Trayvon Martin was a more sympathetic thing because he was a young boy. Same thing with Michael Brown. Neither one of them got this big, bro.
No, they didn't get this big, correct. But I'm saying the same thing happened, though. They were sensationalized, right? A lot of people donated money. They marched, they protest, they push for change. It's going to keep happening. So George Floyd was the biggest one yet, but it will be something bigger than him in the future. He just happened to break the record, right?
Well, yeah, man, but I don't really want to turn this into a George Floyd discussion, man. That's going to take away from the thing.
Yeah. That's my bad, fantastic, man. That's my bad, bro.
It's straight. No, it's no big deal. It's just like I don't want to get too sidetracked.
Right.
But yeah, man. No, like we can have a debate for another day, man. What you set it up to hit on it. It don't matter.
I caught your string. Like I said, I was a substance use counselor. I heard you talking about substance use. So
well, hey, man, give us your subject matter expert, brother. Give us your take, man, on I guess the some of the situations.
One thing I heard you say was about it caught my attention because I was working out when you was talking. I used to turn on when I'm working out. One thing you were saying, brother, was how the DMX said the guy put he laced his blunt, right? That's pretty common. So, like where I work at, the guys were for a time allowed to smoke cigarettes, right? And we drug test them pretty regularly. Everybody in the program is on probation or parole. Everybody's court ordered to be there, right? So what happens is we drug test them pretty regularly. The RS staff does. So I get the results from being the counselor, and sometimes these guys will test positive, for like synthetic drugs like K2 or something, or they might have some some cocaine or some whatnot. And one of the things these guys often say, some of them are lying, but some of them really aren't lying, is, "Oh man, I think that dude I shared that mal with probably laced it because I swear I didn't use anything." So it's a common thing, man. This lacing stuff has been going on for years, and
Yeah, man.
so I really
Yeah, man. That's why, bro. I just never even not even thinking about that. You know what I'm saying? Because I told you, bro, all you cats out there that want to get high for free, tell people you don't smoke. All right, the number one way to get all the weed you want, nigga, you just gonna have to change your circles up and say I don't smoke weed. I've never been offered so much weed in my life. Oh man, you don't smoke, man. You don't smoke. Hit the blunt. 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 Come on, man. Hit the blunt, man. Hit the blunt. Hit the blunt. Hit the blunt. Hit the blunt. All right, man. Let's get a shotgun, man. All right, bro. Go ahead, nigga. Go ahead. And don't know. I don't inhale. So yeah, man. It's just like it's weird, bro. And just that lifestyle in itself is just so, I guess, so treacherous, man. It's so untrustworthy that you would even participate in it. You know what I mean? Like, nigga, bring your own bag, nigga. I'm not again, like, oh shit, G Dizzle. Oh, we got the light skin, the light skin nightmare. Let's see. I smoked lace weed once in high school. No clue it was lace. I was sky high. Yo, the point, I swear, pitches were talking to me. Oh, did y'all watch the thing I told y'all about? Did y'all watch the link I gave? Yeah, man. I thought these cats back in the days, man, used to get crazy, bro. Y'all think weed is some shit or coke or crack, bro? These cats like Parliament and shit, man. They Parliament and Boosie Collins them, bro. They was on goddamn LSD, bro.
yeah.
Like,
I got a story for you, bro. So I one time smoked. I don't know if you know the fake weed. They call it
yeah,
K2.
Spice. They call it Spice. Let me give you some background. So, bro, I was actually caught up in a Spice fucking thing that happened while I was instructing down in Jacksonville. This dude, white boy, redhead white boy. I know why white people don't like redheads. They call them gingers. I didn't know this before that. But this redhead white boy shows up to class all late as fuck. And he's talking in the back of the class with just talking shit. He already late. He talking. I don't know if he's still high or whatever. But man, when I tell you this little redhead motherfucking white boy literally got like 10 people kicked out the school because they was running a fucking spice ring, or aka K2 synthetic weed.
Niggas selling spice.
Yeah, bro. Bro. He showed up late to fucking school, bro, and he snitched on everybody. This came a base wide fucking thing, man. So go ahead, brother. My bad. Go ahead.
Oh, you are. Yeah, I mean, it used to be a real big deal up here, man. But I remember about 10 years ago or so. I remember I was working at this restaurant, right? And everybody this restaurant, man. It's a pretty big restaurant. It had like 3 floors, like had banquet hall, all type of stuff, like 5 bars in it. You name it, right? So it's pretty large staff, and we would take turns going outside for smoke break, right? So just one chick out there, she's on papers, so she can't smoke marijuana, and so she's rolling up the K2. But I'm like, what is that? I'm kind of intrigued, right? 'Cause I used to smoke weed back in the day, right? So she's like, it's K2. I don't know much about it, right? So I'm like, She tell me all the 411 on there, it's fake weed, blah, blah, blah. I won't show up in my test. By the way, they show up in tests now. So she like, want to hit it? I'm like, yeah, I'll take a hit. So I smoked like half the blunt with her, man. I was so high that I thought I was going to die. They sent me home from work. They was like, what's wrong with you, man? I said, I don't know. I was I was moving in slow motion, I guess, right? So my heart was beating all fast, and it was crazy. So they sent me home. I go to the parking deck. I get in the car, and I don't even go home. I sat there for 4 hours, bro, because I thought I was going to die. I called my wife and everything. I'm like, hey, something's wrong. Like, this ain't right. Of course, I couldn't tell her I smoked some K2 because then she would chew me out. But it was crazy, bro. That's the only time I ever messed with that stuff. But people do that stuff on a regular basis. And I'm like, in my head, you have to be crazy to smoke that stuff daily. It's not. It's something missing in you, man. That
Well,
makes
yeah,
you want to
you
do
know,
that.
that's what they said. That's what they said. Oh shit, I didn't know that. Shout out to LF Third. They said K2 killed Auburn's football career. I didn't know that. But yeah, they started testing for it too, man. Like you said, at first it was a way to get around it, and then they put it, and that was a big problem, Delmar, as to where the side effects of it. I think that's what remember the dude that bit somebody's nose or tried to bite somebody's face off down in Florida. That's what he was on that. He was on that K2, man. He was on that spice. So yeah, man, it's the way they do it or whatever the hell they put in it. You don't know what the fuck it is, man. It makes some people go like, crazy. Niggas running around butt ass
I seen a
naked.
guy holler like a wolf, man. He smoked it and started hollering like a wolf. We not cause working like in the community corrections up the city I worked in. It's like it's a white guy.
Hold on, wait. You say what? You say this nigga turned into the wolf, man? You say,
he started howling, bro. He started rolling on the floor. He started howling, bro. It was K2, man.
kids.
We call it like, man, you
Yeah,
got
hey, my bad. Hey, bad sauce. That too. Bad, my bad. It was bad sauce. Shout out to Roscoe. Bad sauce. That's another big thing too that I didn't get. I didn't fucking understand it. But anyway, yeah, man. Listen, man. Kids, don't do drugs. Don't do drugs, kids. All right. Even if it's fake, especially fake drugs, but you're safer off just fucking with the real shit. You don't know what the hell they put in this shit, man.
Yeah, I'm not promoting smoking anything, but if you're gonna smoke, you might as well just smoke regular weed, man. I'm not promoting that. You know, I don't know if my job watching it. I ain't trying to get fired, but you know,
hey, fantastic. You know, I come with some questions, bro. Hey, so just to circle it back, to the topic in the title here, man, dodging demons and dependencies. So this is a statement following into a question, right? So Black people have always been associated with spirituality and music, right? Mm-hmm. Do you think that makes us more subjective to like drug addiction and alcoholism?
Oh man, that's a great question. Well, no, I don't think it makes us more subjective to it. I think though it makes us more excusatory and to make excuses for not seeking actual help. You can pray it away, or you can go talk to the pastor about it or whatnot, what have you. And just pray to the Lord, baby, to take it away from you. Nah, man, you got to go to actual. Shout out to Delmar. You need to go to actual official counseling and get on some type of program, because this shit ain't no joke. And like you say too, man, when you get into the demonic aspect of it, from that's we will get a little tinfoil hattie-ish.
Yeah. I know it's not Tuesday, but
yeah. So once you do that, man, you open yourself up. You open your spirit up to different things. This is why they call alcohol spirits. You know
exactly,
what I'm saying?
my man. This is not fucking with you.
I'm sorry. So no, you good. So you open yourself up, and that's why they say you call it liquid courage, right? And for women are more sensual and sexual and things like that. They get more erotic and stuff off of stuff like that, man, because it takes away your inhibitions and it makes you susceptible to, if anything is out there, maybe you have some type of a spiritual lineage where you got some, demons, quote unquote, that fucks with your family. You take that guard down, man, that you have when you get inebriated, whether it be weed, whether it be alcohol or whatnot, what have you. So yeah, man, I think relying on that doesn't necessarily make us more susceptible, but it makes us more prone to not seeking the actual things that can help us. But there is a spiritual aspect to it too. But I think that comes, that the spiritual aspect comes after the actual physical addiction, because the physical addiction makes the spiritual and the demon part possible, because you're tearing down those barriers you'd have because of, getting addicted to the things.
Right. And then just a real quick follow-up, because like I said, we talked about this last night, and Topaz brought up an amazing point when we talked about, some of the late great artists like Prince and MJ, to where like some people even saying Beyonce may struggle with that, but like you reach such a high level in your creativity or whatnot that, now the music or whatever it is bigger than you. You are simply just a vessel. You think that there's some truth behind that, to where a person can, if they're dabbling in that field, right, and tapping into whatever it is that you get into, that you reach a point to where now it's just beyond your control. You literally are just a vessel.
Oh yeah, bro. If you get so deep in that shit, bro, you ain't got no control of yourself. You from the spiritual aspect, from the spiritual realm, hell yeah, it's over with. You can't be. That's why I say, man, a lot of these people, bro, they too far gone. You know, and that's why I constantly said, and we say this here. You know, some people not gonna make it, man. Some like once you quote unquote sell your soul, bro, that's it. Ain't no getting it back. You know, so like I said, and you know, from the fucking spiritual, esoteric, occultic aspect, man, this music shit ain't no joke. And DMX. Hey, he's definitely not what's name there, because he's, you know, he was one of the first people. He did the feature with Marilyn Manson, you know, for I think the first Damien track had Marilyn Manson on it.
I forgot about that.
Yeah, you know, so you know Marilyn Manson is you know, I don't think he's a devil worshiper or Satanist, but you know, he's definitely down with them arts, bro. So yeah, man, you know, these music artists, bro, you got to be careful. You got to be careful, you know, what you listen to, and that's another big part of, you know, big part of the weed smoking and the violence culture is, you know, people will get high and they listen to the music, or people get high and listen to the music and then they'll do some violence. You know what I'm saying? A lot of dudes was talking about that shit, man. How they used to, you know, put in some who you name it, whoever the hardest nigga was out of the time, you know, some 3 6 Mafia or some Lil Jon and the East Side Boys, or nowadays drill music, and you know, get high off of whatever the hell they get high off of, and go shoot up a whole block.
No, facts. I mean, music is it's a correlation, man, between mood and type of music you listen to, right? You got party music, you got your thugged out music, you got your trap house music, you got your workout music. So I mean, you got music for everything you want to do, man. Especially when it comes to drugs, you definitely got certain stuff on the playlist that's every time you're getting high, you're gonna put on, and unfortunately, those become triggers, right? So if you're trying to stay clean, you got to stay away from certain music.
Yeah.
So why is it our music seems to be more influential in the negative aspect than other music, right? Because somebody was talking about like, oh, you know, people, the rockers used to, you know, when rock was big and all that, they was like, they was doing drugs and all that shit too. But their music didn't change or impact the world the way that our shit do. What's that about?
Well, I think it's more hidden. I think so. White people in their music, they promote drugs just like black people do too. Just like rap.
Oh yeah,
music.
heavy as hell. You guys, real quick, if you guys remember, and it was a dope ass song too, man. It was this dude. It's a dude. I can't think of his name, but he's like, the dude's like a genius, and he made the song about the elements. Learn the elements. I can't think of his name, but the dude did all of these songs. I think he was like a 60s or 70s artist, and he had this song called "Old Dope Peddler," and 2 Chainz used it in the song. He used the dude's actual what's the name. Somebody give me his name if you want to, if you know it. But yeah, 2 Chainz used that in the song called "Dope Peddler," and it was dope as fuck, man. They intermixed his original thing into the beat of that song, and so yeah, man, it's plenty of songs, bro, that talks about bad. They said bad moon on the rise. I think was a drug. What's the name? Hey, Mr. Tambourine Man was a drug reference. It's plenty of cryptic and coded songs about drugs, man, that white folks had. You know, white folks all about all them weird ass drugs. But I think what makes us different than it is from the rocking aspect of it, whatnot, is just like, you know, the original music just came from us, and it's like everybody copies us. So I think it's just like the rap music and the rhythm and the sound that we have is just more captivating than rock or whatever would be. And not even when you talk about rock, you know, I think they was talking about it how as big as Elvis Presley was, they said Elvis Presley pretty much just they put Elvis Presley out there to stop Chuck Berry and Little Richard. That's what Little Richard said. You know what I'm saying? That's him, someone that was from the era, and telling you how they would counteract rising, you know, super popular black people, pretty much steal their style and put a white boy out there to do the same thing that the black people are already doing. You feel what I'm saying?
Elvis was a youth. He was a
my bad.
youth.
Go ahead. Say again?
Elvis was a thief, bro.
Huh?
Oh,
Elvis Presley.
Oh, okay, yeah. He was
That
breaking up a little. Yeah.
style he had, he stole, man. It wasn't. He didn't make that style.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, and that's what I'm saying. You know, historically, just the music is just in us, as they say. You know what I'm saying? And I think it's the originality that we have when it comes to music that people you know, it just sounds better. You feel me? Because shit, even when it comes to guitarists and shit, right? You know, like I said, some of the greatest guitarists were what? You know, as much as we talk about, you know, rock and roll and black and white dudes playing the guitar, whatnot, what have you. Jimi Hendrix is arguably the best guitarist ever. You know what I'm saying? That's what he's renowned as. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, you know, all of those people, man, these jazz musicians and these people that played in these bands, these actual you know, musicians, people that play instruments, man, it's just amazing. So, you know.
Hey, I remember the 5 Heartbeats and the 5 Horsemen. I don't know if y'all seen that.
No, I didn't see that one.
The 5 Heartbeats.
I saw the 5 Heartbeats. I don't know about the 5 Horsemen.
Well, they tried to replace. That was the group that they tried to when they niggas came in. Sha-na-na.
Oh,
yeah, that's stupid as fuck. Yo. Like, get out of here. The whitewash shit.
Yeah, man. Like I said, go ahead.
I think the culture of just drug use between different races, it's looked at differently altogether, though. Like how we approach drug use and how white people approach drug use it's totally different. They see it as a good time. I'm to get fucked up this weekend, you know, then go back to work. Versus, you know, the dude in the hood. Well, I want to say I'm not putting all black people in the hood or anything like that, but versus, you know, the black person, they'll see them as, you know, some thug ass nigga living in the hood. All he want to do is get high, blah blah blah. So they're not really functioning addicts or whatever. Versus the white society is looked at differently, man. Until this meth hit, and now you're seeing the change in it. Now it's because before, you know, it was lock everybody up, throw away the key. Now you got a lot of the white population on meth and opioids.
That's what I was about to say, Delmar. Yeah, I think that was true until the opioid shit started to kick off and affect them. Then it was kind of like, the narrative changed. Like more of it is being exposed.
Yeah. So yeah, it was looked at differently for a time, man. But I think it was cocaine versus crack. Y'all hip to that with the cocaine versus crack sentencing. It was like
yeah. The 10 to 1 sentencing for rock cocaine versus powder cocaine. Yeah, so like I said, man, you know, we didn't have nobody to really I guess stand in the gap during that time, bro, and really get to the depths of that shit, man. But you know. But yeah, man, did y'all get a chance to watch the shit I was telling you? Did y'all watch this shit yet? Fucking, they said James Brown created so James Brown killed the cup of fucking LSD juice, right? He went out on the stage, he just stood there and he made a whole I just don't get it, man. I don't know. Especially like, man, it's just some shit I would never even want to fuck with or try, man. I don't get it. I don't get it. They said James Brown stood up that bitch. He made a new dance called a moon, and he just put his just smiling and turned his head. Fucked up off the damn. Fucked up off the fucking juice, man. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me. But kids, don't do drugs. All right, if y'all don't learn nothing today, don't do drugs. Drugs are bad. Okay, all right. I'm telling you, man.
When I was in college, bro.
Huh?
When I was in college, I had I lived in the house. I moved off campus, right? So I stayed in the house. It was 5. It was a 6-bedroom house. It was 5. I was the only black guy there. It was 5 white roommates, right? When I say they indulged in a lot of drug use, man, I can't even not name a drug they did. You know, they did pretty much everything under the sun. I mean, they still went to class and all that stuff, but they party like animals, right? I was like the only guy that would not experiment with drugs. I smoked some weed, but that was as far as I was willing to go because I grew up around drugs, right? And I knew what it could do to people. So when they was like, let's do this acid, let's do this coke, let's do these shrooms, and I'm gonna go pick up some meth later. Like, I'm cool, man. I'm cool on that. And so they would get lit, man, and go to parties and do whatever. But I feel like when black people do the same thing, they get looked at differently. You know, they amended to society. They thugs. They ain't no good. They throwaways. But when the white boys do it, oh, they just having a good time. They just want to party.
Well,
And
and what's crazy though, and what's crazy. I understand it partially. I think it's like a deterrent that we have for, to discourage people from becoming addicts. But at the same time, if and when it happens, you just don't, you just don't. You just wait, hold on, bro. Whoa, you weren't living in no crack. You weren't living in no trap, was you? You living in a trap?
No, I was in college. We was all college kids. We was living. We all knew each other on campus, and then we was like, next year, man. Like some of us hooped together and stuff like that. So it was like, hey, next year, just get a house together off campus, right across the street from the campus, and stuff. We would party. We would buy kegs of beer and go all out, man, fucking hoes, all that stuff. But they started getting to the, hey man, I got some shrooms.
That hard shit, that weird and hard white boy shit.
I'm cool. That's some white boy shit. I'm cool on that.
Yeah, hey, exactly. Good man. Now this is what niggas do have a limit, man. Like I said, you only start hearing about niggas fucking with the white folk shit once they get rich, or like once they get real up, then they start hanging with too many white boys. Like, bruh, I told you, man, I never heard of tripping. I never heard of rolling. And I had two young white boys break it down to me as the tell me the difference between the two, right? And then they tell me about LSD. They tell me about fucking shrooms. They tell me about peyote and all this kind of crazy weird shit you only get from here and here. And I was like, man, I don't know what the hell. I just like, hey man, that's white folk shit, bro. Y'all, this is the first time I'm ever even hearing anybody. See, yeah. Look at Blaze. Yeah, salvia and shit like that. It's salvia shit. Like, bro, I hadn't had no idea what the fuck they was talking about.
They try anything, man. We'll try anything. And I remember they took shrooms one time, and all five of them threw up, and I was the only one not throwing up because I was smart. I was the only one that didn't take it. And I'm like, who wants to do that, man? They would get acid or shrooms. We had a place called the Eye Corner it's like a smoke shop with posters and all this other paraphernalia in there, scales and bombs, all type of stuff, right? They would get high, and my one roommate had black lights and stuff in this room. They would go in there for hours and stare at the walls, man.
Yeah, man. I'm anything. Look, man. Anything will have me in zombie mode again, bro. I'm gotta protect my asshole at all times, bro. Anything as to where you lose track of time or you lose your grip on reality or you pass out. No, man. I told you they told us about this shit. It was these dudes. There was Marine cats too, and this was like, I say I was probably like either between 5 and 6 years in the Navy, and they was telling it, man, how these dudes just kept, coming up as to where, motherfuckers was getting raped, and they couldn't figure it out until, man, like the dude tried to roofie one of the wrong dudes or whatever the fuck, and the shit didn't work. And dude, motherfucking, he whooped his ass and ended up fucking catching him, man. So I was like, bro, anything like, bro, if you gonna do it, man, do it responsibly. Roll your own shit. Do whatever. Ingest your own shit. Drink your own drink, nigga. If you sit that drink down, nigga, that drink is gone. Either kill that shit or spill it, nigga. Because I mean, hey, once you sit that shit down, you take your eye off of it. Listen, man, hey, all right, nigga, you want to lose your virginity? Play around if you want to. Hey, so I keep hearing people. So what's DMT? Everybody keep talking about. So DMT is this thing they're actually promoting this, saying this might help with cognitive function. And this might actually be a positive. What the fuck is DMT?
I never heard of that.
Okay, yeah, somebody in the chat or somebody come up and explain to me, because I heard what's the name saying this. Joe Rogan is being a big fucking bro, Truth, you got time, man? Come up real quick and explain it to me if you know what the fuck DMT is. I have no fucking idea about that shit. But I'm hearing people actually like promoting this shit like it's a good thing. But I'm like, it sounds like it's similar to fucking LSD or acid or something, and you know, your ass going to this whole seeing colors and all, and fucking, you know, your spirit leaves your body and you looking down on yourself and all this crazy shit. Like, bro, no, nigga, no, I don't want none of that, nigga. I don't want none of that. Fuck that.
Hey, how much?
I want nothing that's gonna take me out of my regular function, man. If you're gonna mess with my mind, I'm cool. I'm good. I barely even drink, man. I get 2 beers, you know.
Yeah,
how
man.
much of the drug use do you think is a cultural thing versus a social thing? Like,
no, I don't think it's for niggas, weed is cultural. I tell you that.
And that's why I brought that up, because like, yeah, it was no big deal to like, you know, get your smoke on, but then like all of the other stuff, like it went from like, even we know heroin was a big problem in the 60s and 70s, but now you're talking about all these pills and all these hallucinogens.
Yeah, but that wasn't even. You know what? That wasn't even recreational. So that's what I'm saying. So crack and heroin were never recreational. Even for black people, cocaine, like powder, wasn't recreational.
Okay,
powder wasn't recreational.
Gotcha.
So you know,
I don't know, man. I'd say at one point I think it was. If you was in that lifestyle, you know, the drug dealers and stuff, they dabble with some cocaine here and there.
Well, and you fuck with the chicks and all of that. Like,
you go mess some coke off their ass or something. You know, it wasn't an everyday thing, but they dibbled and dabbled in it.
Right. But no, and again, I was asking that because when Fantastic was talking earlier about rolling and tripping, like, and I remember hearing that in high school. It was like he said, it's mostly the white dudes that was doing that. And it might have been a couple brothers that was interested. I was never interested in that shit. I was like, yo, and I'm experimenting, you know what I'm saying, with smoking and whatnot, but I was cool there. I wasn't interested in anything else. So this is why I asked that question. How much of it is cultural and then like social? Like now it's cool to like, you know, do Molly or sip lean or whatever. It's part of the hip hop culture, quote unquote, or
what culture you're talking about? If you're talking about like far as hip hop and, you know, like hood culture, I think is drug use accounts for a lot of that. Like Fantastic said, especially marijuana, you know, that's the go-to drug, right?
Yeah.
But now through music and a lot of other influences, you know, like it's socially acceptable now to pop pills and do the Molly and do the Percocets, you know.
I see. Well, I was
back when I grew up, it wasn't acceptable though. Back in the day, it was like, nah, we ain't messing with that.
Yeah, that's why I was trying to go back to a little bit before. Like we were around the same age. At least I know me and Fantastic were around the same age. So I was kind of going back to like when it was like, if you was doing all that.
I think I'm older than y'all. I'm 80s baby.
Okay, yeah. You say you're 80s, baby. What year?
Yeah, I'm 38, so I might be a little older.
Yeah. You say you 30 what?
No, he said 78.
38.
Oh, you 38?
Oh yeah, me and you same age.
38.
I'll be 38 this year. So
we all the same age, man. Like I'll be 39. Like so we all the same age.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But like what I'm talking about is like when cats wanted to go roll and suck on pacifiers and rub each other hair or whatever because the shit felt good. Niggas wasn't typically fucking with that like that. Like it was like, whoa, nah, y'all on some other stuff. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll take a little pull of this, like you said, a J or a blunt or some shit. And that was it. But that's what I'm saying. Like because I brought this up to go into something else when we talk about influences. Like if cats are saying like, man, well, and let's keep it to the music aspect. These and this is hypothetical, right? These white dudes or these rock bands or, you know, being more productive because they're indulging in all of these other outside influences, right? Whether it be pills or whatever type of music. Maybe I need to do that to tap into my inner type. Like, so that's why I was asking if it's social or cultural. Or
no, that's a whole nother thing, man.
I know, man. I know. I'm rolling it back
in. We might pick back up on this on 10-4 Tuesdays, man. You know, I guess the gateway to like, you know, the other shit or something. I appreciate y'all for coming through, man. This is a great conversation. Again, man, like I said, we want this thing to change or whatnot, what have you. And yeah, I'm hearing mixed stories about DMX too, because I heard earlier that he was good to go. So I just shot at Deborah Leonelli that posted the thing and it's saying that nah, he's not good. It's still the same. So I don't know, man. So again, if you believe in that, Prayers for the brother. Hopefully he pulls through if he's not already good. And appreciate everybody for coming through, man. That's that on that one. And I'll catch y'all on the next one. Holla.
All right, thanks for having me.